So my name is Landscheidt, and I'm the head of our development and product management team for telecommunications globally. So I'm responsible for our development that we are doing, for our roadmap, and what we all do in the engineering team of SAP. And I've been in the company for 12 years and working now in telecommunications, which is one of the 4 strategic industries for SAP.
Okay, so tell me what you're working on right now in the telco space.
Yeah, so we are focusing on 3 or 4 different areas that we are currently seeing as most important, and one is really about customer experience, so which is engaging better with our customers, improving the customer experience that we have with our different solutions. For instance, also our omni-channel solution that we are offering around hybrids, how we call it, that's the solution name, to really bring the customer better experiences online, buy online, pick up in store scenarios, use all your mobile devices to get the best experience that you can have. We're also offering or focusing on operational excellence, which is mainly about, for sure, to improve the efficiency that telcos have with cloud solutions among others, but also with our core solutions. And the next topic that we have is also around new digital businesses. So we really want to help the telcos also to move from their traditional revenue streams now to get over to new revenue streams. So because they are heavily under pressure, as we all know, from OTT players and the decline in traditional revenue that we can see tremendously declining. And we really want to help them to come up with new solutions and possibilities to overcome that by, for instance, monetizing data, acting as a service provider for cloud solutions. And all of the 3 layers that we have, so operational efficiency, customer experience, and new digital business, we have now a new development also ongoing for big data, so that we really want to provide insight into all of these areas and be here the foundation for the telcos in the new world.
So how do you monetize data?
Yeah. So we are offering different possibilities here, and one is a solution that we have also just recently announced during last year's Mobile World Congress, which we call Consumer Insight 365. And that solution is really about that we offer a solution where we can get information from the telcos. We anonymize this information and we cluster that information. So which can be information about location of customers, the age of customer, so that we can say, around a certain store, maybe around a Starbucks, at this point of time, you typically have people in the age of 15 to 18. But during a later point of time, the typical age range around your store in that location is between 30 and 35. And this is then an information that we can sell and we can share revenues here with the telcos. And this is where also the SAP comes into play with our broad focus on so many different customers, that we think that this is an interesting model that we can support here.
So, I mean, telco is rapidly changing, by the day. How do you keep up?
We are also in a similar change as a company as well. So we have come a long way, and we are now also changing SAP dramatically from formerly an ERP vendor, where we are now have focused on business intelligence, where we have added mobility to our client database and technology, and now we are in a heavy shift to the cloud. And by cloud, this already implicates that you have to do innovation much faster. And we are now already launching our products much faster than ever before. So on the cloud side, we can have really frequent updates, like weekly updates, if not even daily updates. And even for our on-premise world, we are trying to bring innovation much faster to the customers on a quarterly basis to really support our customers to go through that journey as well that we are facing as well on our side.
So let's talk S4 Hana.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big driver for you guys. Tell me how that's going to play into the telco industry.
I think S4 Hana will be very important for the telecommunications customers that we have, and also for new customers, because it is really about digitalizing the businesses. And this is also about what telecommunications customers need. They need to become really completely digital. And it's also about simplification. So where we are cleaning up our systems and are supporting much simpler processes. And this is also what applies to a lot of telcos. And that is where we also see a lot of customers coming to us, tell us, SAP, how can you help us to simplify our processes so that we are more efficient? but not only more efficient, that we also support our customers in a better way, that we improve customer experience, and that we enable these new business processes. And this is really what you get with the S4. And it's also integrated in a lot of different solution stacks that you have. For instance, for contingent workers, which are very strongly and heavily more used now in telcos, for instance, for building up networks, which you have outsourced. And so this brings up totally new processes to our customers, where we think that this is really the center also for the path that telecommunications companies can take.
So you're getting kind of into the public sector as well. People are using your technologies to make smarter cities. And how are your solutions making cities more citizen-centric?
Yeah. So we are working in all different kind of industries that we are trying to support, and this is also about SAP's vision and mission. You know that we want to improve people's life, and this is really all about us, and this is what we are really strongly committed to. And we are also trying to improve the way people can consume software, what they can do with it, and one of that is, for instance, also Barcelona for You. So an application, a mobile app that we have developed specifically for tourists going to a city, don't know what to do for only 2 days, so that they get a predefined agenda based on their interests, with real-time offers, information about waiting times of the attractions that they are looking and that they're interested for.
So what kind of infrastructure, as far as telecom goes, needs to be in place in order to make your solutions more effective? So
because whenever you have now a new generation of network, for instance, a new infrastructure, that has for sure also an impact on the business side. So we as SAP are mainly working on the BSS domain, but even here we see a lot of changes in the whole infrastructure and also the impact on that. Just to give you an example, so now when we talk about 4G networks, so this is totally different. Not only that it is virtualized, that we talk about that from the OSS side, but also you want to offer and make that then relevant on the BSS side. So just to give you an example here, when we talk about data volumes, so 4G networks are much faster, but you still have the problem that, for instance, you have to limit the capacity, the data usage that customers can use per month, because this is just too expensive for most of the operators. But what you want to do is you don't want to punish your customers. So you don't want to tell them, sorry, you used all your data and now you are reduced and your usage is throttled. But what you want to do is really to maybe incentivize the customers. And this is where we come in, where we try also to combine that gap with the new infrastructure and new processes to improve the customer experience. For instance, notifying customers in advance saying, your data volume is almost reached, maybe in a couple of days, but what we offer for you is for $2, we give you an unlimited upgrade. So to really help our customers and improve the customer experience in that.
So what are your key partnerships? Are you working with, what carriers are you working with?
Yeah, so partnerships are for us very important, and we are very focused on partners which are traditional partners from the SI side, the system integrator side, but also the network equipment providers that we are working on, as well as the telcos. So where we have strong partnerships with, and one example that we have just also made publicly announced is, for instance, our partnership with Deutsche Telekom and T-Systems in the new digital businesses for Internet of Things. So where we have launched together a solution with T-Systems around port logistics at the port of Hamburg, so that we can improve the logistics to the port of Hamburg, because they have the problem that they have a huge increase in the capacity that they require, but for sure the ways to the port, etc. are limited. So we need to make most use of it, and that is a joint partnership where we offer software, and together with Deutsche Telekom and T-Systems, they offer connectivity, they offer the devices, the onboard units of the trucks to really optimize all the logistics around the port. And this is just one example. And the second example I would like to add is also about, for instance, when we are now working on our big data strategy, so what we are working on. And we really want to deliver a platform, and we want to allow this platform that partners can add content to our platform and we can share revenues, which is relevant for SIs, NEPs as well. But what we also allow, and that is I think very unique in the industry, that by next year, cannot say when exactly, but it will be next year, that we will be supporting also that our partners can run this platform in their data centers and can offer it as a service. And I think this is really a unique proposition that we are working on, where we see a lot of opportunities also for NEPs, etc., to work with us, and we are already in discussions for sure here.
So we're at Sapphire Now. What do you think will be the biggest takeaway from this show?
I think there are many takeaways that you can see, and I think one of the biggest that you will see here for the industry is for sure around our S4 Hana and what it means and how we are trying to help to transform the businesses, digitalize and simplify. And I think this is something that will be of importance, as I described before, for all of our telco companies. And I think this show will help you to learn how we simplify and how we can help to simplify processes, how we can help to simplify businesses. And that is where you see a lot of our customers talking about references, what they have done, and really to learn about that for our customers, how they can become part of that journey.
So what do you think is maybe the biggest obstacle for S4 HANA to be widely adopted?
Well, I think there are not so many obstacles from my perspective, because we are really trying to offer a lot of ways. So we are trying to offer fixed price implementations to really get there in a fast way and to bring it up. The biggest obstacle from my point of view will be around simplification. So simplification means that the telcos will have to adapt their processes, and they will have to do the courage to really change as well, to simplify their own processes and not to take over what they have currently and bring it just into another system. It's really about that you start to change, even maybe with a CEO perspective or a CEO strategy within a company to make that journey and to decide to go that journey. And that will be the biggest challenge for the customers, to be really willing to change and simplify as well, so that you get all the benefits that we have been talking about.